What's up, motherfuckers? So, it is 2:51 at p.m. on the 26th of October. It's literally about an hour after I uploaded the last one. I just couldn't hold back, okay? I'm actually really invested in this one, which honestly says a lot because usually I just get bored and I have to wait a day or two before I get back into it and feel the urge to do it again. So, in fact, this one's kind of drawn me in enough to actually do it again. It's really cool. Let's just get into it. I do have to say though before we start that I know people are probably gonna ask, "What's your favorite character so far?" Because apparently that's all that matters. But I'd have to say that it's what was his name? Ruruk? No, not Ruruk. What was his name? The fucking the gruff dude. I like him a lot. I mean, he's I don't know. But my eyes shoot open, blurry yet dry. Being met with pale blue light tells me nothing more than it is still night, or whatever that means around here. I feel terrible, hot, sweaty, sick. Make it to the toilet as fast as I can. What happens next? I am glad the lights are out as I empty the contents of my stomach. I guess something didn't sit right with me, and yet I'm not dead. Oh man, it's hard to move right now. Managing to lift myself to the sink and able to rinse off a bit. I don't feel any bumps on my skin or anything, and I already feel less sick. I guess it was just a bad meal. Hopefully. Still try to avoid looking in the mirror, but fortunately it's still too dark anyways. Looking around the room, nothing seems to have changed. Not that I expected it to have, but I'm glad nothing weird was happening while I was asleep. Not in another weirder prison cell. And back in bed I realized the sheets are disgusting, just drenched with sweat. Glad I feel better now, I'd really be worried. Pushing them to the side, I lay down, but it's cold. It's cold, but I have no other option. Fortunately, sleep comes easier this time. Thankfully, I don't dream. I swear, okay. I was like, if this video is literally this short, I'm gonna be fucking pissed I didn't just continue in the last one. Waking up and not having to rush the toilet is a relief. In fact, waking up at all seems like a miracle after last night. God, I like this ambient. This is really cool. Sounds like something I'd listen to if I was just trying to read. Well, mostly I listen to dark ambient when I read, but that's a whole other issue. No drenched sheets or feverish chills, although the lights are still off and I swear I've slept a good amount. An idea comes to me, no matter how silly I have to try it. Computer, lights on. Lights on, please? Nothing. Damn, totally worth a try though. I swear, did you seriously just reference? Oh my god, you did. Well, no, because advanced AI isn't exactly, Advanced isn't exactly event that, but I'm just so fucking over that goddamn awful VN that anything that tries, anything that like alerts my brain to it makes me very suspicious of what I'm playing. Such a bad VN. Damn. Totally worth a try, though. That would have made this whole thing so much more tolerable if I could mess with some cool sentient AI or supercomputer or something. Hey, who knows? Maybe they do have one. I've only been here for like a day or two. I still really wish I had a sense of what time it is. Another misspelling. No windows and no way to turn the lights, at least not from here. Could go bang on the wall. I don't particularly want to wake up my warden. Honestly, though, okay, so, yeah, this is very true. When you have no fucking windows to judge time by and there's no clock in the room, you lose track of time really fucking fast. Oh my god. It's, ugh. It just drags. It drags real slow. To the point where you think you've been in the room for like an hour, but it's only been like fucking 20 minutes. Like, I swear. So I end to loaf around. I simply walk the edges of the room some more, waking up further in the process. After about what feels like an eternity, the lights finally switch on. I think your voice from the wall again. Being less motivated to eavesdrop this time, I just wait for what's coming to me. I don't have to wait long, because the door shoots open before the wall even changes, and a massive saint comes bounding towards me. Oh, by my heart. Are you okay? No, I should run more tests. Let me check your temperature. Please don't be mad. I hope you are okay. Chris Marm puts a finger on my neck, I assume trying to take a temperature. I have to bat him away for this far too early intrusion. Jeez, give me a minute. Just got up. Doesn't understand me, but he doesn't. But he does understand my actions and backs off. Oh, new outfit. That's cool. Well, finally comes down. I see a groggy Maruk standing there as well. I was just looking over your resting footage and to try and understand you better, and I saw what happened. I'm mortified. Are you okay? I'm my best to make sure this never happens again. Please don't die just yet. This is a bit much before I even had a chance to fully wake up. But I understand where he's coming from. Surprised I'm not more worried about myself right now after last night, but it's been a bit hard working on my thoughts, all things considered. Jeez, it looks like he's almost about to cry. I really should do something. I just patted arm a few times. Thank you, Marwin, but I'm okay. Feel better already. He can't understand me. He thinks he understands I said his name, and he calms down a bit. I think they can kind of understand when I say their names. Maybe thank you as well. Raises his arms and awkwardly hovers near me for a bit before coughing into a closed fist and standing up. Is he about to... No. No, I doubt it. After ruining everything from yesterday, I brought you the simplest breakfast I could find. Sorry it's not much, but I think we need to go slower. Much, much slower. After last night, I couldn't agree more. Oh, he has green eyes, I just noticed that. He steps out of the room, steps out of the door, grabs something, and I move to the bench so we can have some more room. Malruk just does some morning stretches. Guess he's in his own world right now. It goes on, and here only concerns him insofar as I'm not a dead and as I'm not A, dead, and B, outside of my cell. Although I might have almost died, but I don't think the blame can be put on him. Doc comes back with a single bowl this time, contents of which look similar to cream of wheat or oatmeal, maybe. I can't say I'm the biggest fan, but if Doc thinks it'll be better, I'll trust him. This is the simplest breakfast I could find in the ship. Stew made is 2 ingredients, grains and water. Like I said, I'm sorry how painfully basic it is, but after last night... This poor guy, I feel so bad. He really is concerned my well-being. I try and smile as genuinely as I can, force myself to. Hopefully make him feel a little bit less worried. Think it works. And I clear my schedule so I can stay here all day to make sure no other instances occur. It sounds nice after last night. Well, these dogs may have me stuck in here. I don't know how much I want to be home my thoughts right now. Enough of that. I have to get some food inside myself. Hardly anything about this for 2 days now. Most of it came back up. I put his jacket back on. Okay. Taking my first bite, Doc watches with bated breath. Sure, he performs some kind of Heimlich maneuver if anything happens. Of course. Fortunately, instead of being met with a poisonous death, I'm just met with a disappointing flavor. It's basically just oatmeal. Nevertheless, I finished the whole bowl as Doc watches and even takes some notes. Not sure on what, maybe things I do subconsciously, like table etiquette or scratching my nose. After breakfast, Doc decided to take my vitals again quickly, and I let him. Better safe than sorry. Looks around his bag before looking to the ceiling. I rushed over here so quickly I forgot to pick something up. It was gonna be so useful. You can just stay here right here. I have to go get this for today. Left alone with Marukai. I'm actually kind of thinking, like, I don't know if my Russian accent works for him, I don't know. Because the name sounds vaguely, Indian, and I don't know how to do that sort of accent, so. Plus, if I tried, I'm pretty sure it would sound extremely fucking racist, so, you know, whatever. Just basic bullshit, man. Just basic bullshit. Fucking garbage. Fucking garbo. 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 Sorry, I'm just checking something real quick. Okay, that's what it was about. Got it. Sorry, my fucking email was going crazy for some reason. Maruk takes one look at me before pulling out his monitor. Window fades away, nothing but the wall is left. Guess he's not in the mood to even feign a conversation today. Jackass. Fortunately, while waiting for Doc, nothing happens, so I can't imagine the porridge giving me any troubles. Takes Morrowind far longer than I imagined for him to get back. Not that I can tell, but it feels like almost an hour. Is this place that big that would take that long for him to get to his office and back? Well, if what I think is right, if what I think is happening here, I'm pretty sure that a space station would have to be really fucking big to accommodate all the people, all like the systems that are required to make it work, all the bedrooms and shit. You know, I'm pretty sure it would have to be pretty fucking big to, you know, be a space station that accommodates a large number of people. So yeah. Oh, I guess that explains why. Guess he got caught up. Hello there, Alex. I've been told you understand us, is that correct? I nod. Outstanding, truly. What a peculiar phenomenon, some sort of one-way communication. Well, I should properly introduce myself really then. My name is Professor Seno. Dear Seno. Head of particle physics, advanced robotics, etc., here aboard the Icaroid 2. The Icaroid. Okay. Okay, you cheeky bastard. Tier. War. Interesting. Your name is War. Well, no, you're named after the god of war, but whatever. But you may call me Tier, or Chief, as I'm sure you picked up as my moniker around here. Now then, can you tell us how you got on board this ship? Wait, do him and the doctor have the same last names? Wonder if they're related. They don't look it. Also, they keep saying ship, like I know where I am. I've never seen anything like this before. The only place I've seen ships like this is in... Oh no. In science fiction. I'm in space, aren't I? Guess I can't really find out if I can see a real window or ask. I should answer Tier. I just shake my head no. Interesting. Do you know where you are? Another no. No, I thought not. We have no record of your species in any regard, so finding you under these circumstances is quite bizarre, you must understand. Well, either way, I have some news for you since you can apparently understand it. For one, we are able to return your personal belongings to you as we found no evidence that they are dangerous in any way. Although your personal data pad is being kept for research purposes, we do apologize. Personal data pad? Is even my phone? It's fine, I guess. I probably don't have service here anyways. I believe that we may be able to reverse engineer some kind of dictionary with it, and from there create a learning AI to help to teach us your language. Really? But learning AI aren't those only useful for diplomats and such? Well, what would you call our friend here but a diplomat? Maruk just shrugs. Anyway, I believe I can figure out how to get that up and running. Maybe even as early as tomorrow. Technology you possessed is fortunately not too different from some of our more primitive tech, if just barely. It's quite impressive, really. And while I do wish that was all of the news I had for you, there is some bad news. Well, I have tried to keep all this under control. I've already been informed that there are rumors of spreading of your presence here. Oh no, that's bad. That's actually really bad. What? I told everyone involved how important this is. Damn it! I'm not blaming you, Maruk. No one is. I believe it was truly out of your control. I am just warning our friend here while they are safe here for now. When things get out, things might become complicated. You might find yourself the center of attention for many prying eyes. That does not sound like something I want at all, but I guess I'm okay as long as I'm in the cell. This is really a prisoner's dilemma. Wait, no, that's something else. But try not to worry too much. You have my full support as well as the support of the captain herself. No way the captain cares about all of this. Is this thing really worth her time? Of course she does, Maruk. It's her ship. How do you think I knew about those rumors? She also told me to take charge of Alex's security personally, which is why I'm now officially assigning you as their permanent bodyguard. Until further notice. Room goes silent, if but only for a moment. Good one, Chief. Maruk, I'm serious. The safety of our guest is by far the most important thing right now. Well, I mean, of course, but surely I don't have to do it, right? I'm the head of security and all. That's exactly why it has to be you. You have the highest clearance, you're already informed on the situation, and you're the most qualified. The captain suggested you herself. No one moves once again. Dr. Seno? Yes, sir. Didn't I schedule maintenance director Tyrion to be here? Did you, sir? I haven't seen him. Hiding in the walls again, I bet. I'll go find him and send him down. Alright, I better be off. I've got mountains of data to sift through, and now this AI to work with. Never a dull moment, I suppose. It was lovely meeting you, Alex. I do hope we can actually hold a conversation soon. Goodbye, sir. I swear, I don't know why, but that voice is so fucking fun to do. She takes his leave, but Maruk snaps out of it and follows. Wait! Steve, can we talk about this? Mara and I both bask in the silence for a minute before making eye contact. He chuckles a little bit. Sorry about all this. It might get a bit more busy before things calm down again, but the language AI the professor was talking about really might work. It's very lucky you had an entire digital dictionary just ready for something like this. Although from what I've been told, it seems to be closer to a monitor than just a digital dictionary. Until then, I think I have the next best thing. I'm a bit worried about the prospect of being swarmed by curious dogs, but for now I'm at least okay. Morrowind steps up to where the door should be. Figure he has to wait for Maruk to open it. But surprisingly, it just opens and he walks on in. I guess it was automatic this whole time. Seems like a bad safety measure if so. He's holding something a bit secretly behind his back, but he seems awfully excited to share it with me. So as I was saying, we might not be able to communicate verbally yet, but this might be just as good. Fuck yes, it's a fucking writing tool. Hell yes, I was waiting for this. He pulls out, yes! Fuck yeah, that's great. I was waiting for that. Smart, intelligent characters. I like this. Fucking hell, so many VNs don't have this. Pulls out a whiteboard and some markers with a big goofy grin on his face. Barely contain myself from laughing. Just a moment ago we were talking about AI and there are walls that can turn into windows and we're going to play Pictionary. Well, I was thinking of trying charades earlier, so I guess about the same. Well, alright, Doc. Seemed good to me. Anything in mind? He just stares at me. Right. I gestured him that he should take the lead. Fortunately, I think he gets the gist. Alright, well, let's see. How about math? That seems like a good universal language. Can you write out for me some basic examples and try to communicate them to me? Math? Really? I'm who knows where in jail, and I have to explain Arabic numerals to a giant dog. Yeah, that's a joke. That's the punch. That's the start to a joke. I've heard one. By the way, if you're talking about like a place or like stuff like this, it needs to be capitalized. Like Arabic should be capitalized. I became a literature major to escape this. This character is literally me. Hello. Sighing, I take the board and write some pathetically simple problems on the board. Double checking to make sure I don't make a fool of myself. Try to explain all my fingers, which really makes me question the purpose of all this. Fortunately, Mara seems to understand what I'm trying to explain. Well, it's reassuring to see that mathematics seems to have a common base no matter where you come from. Thank you for that. That is really weird. That is really weird. Why would their basis for numbers be the same? That doesn't make any sense. Thank you for that. Sorry this isn't the most interesting thing, but I believe any bit of information shared is truly a miracle. Even if it is just understanding your numeral system. I chuckle. I guess it must be fascinating for him, especially as a man, dog, science, to see how other species go about solving mathematical equations. Not to say I'm not fascinated about this in a strange sort of way, it's just different. I almost think about breaking out some Pythagorean theorem. That's the only thing that I'm actually decent at. I swear, I did that all the fucking time in class. I would just write down I would just write down various problems and just solve them. It was so I'm really good at that one. By the way, this also needs to be capitalized. The Pythagorean needs to be capitalized, because it's a word that's based on Pythagoras, which is a name, and you capitalize names. So, yeah. But I hear the door open and a surprisingly mopey Marek walks into the hallway. Don't think he's taken his new assignment very well. I just hope he doesn't take it out on me. Doc, what are you doing in there? Didn't let you in yet. No, taking up the role of bodyguard so soon, are we? As his physician, I am to have access to him at all times, with or without your approval. Also, I just opened the door. Morrow is my personal doctor. Seems like that makes sense based on the fact I haven't seen any other doctors around. Marek doesn't seem happy with his answer, though. I can't imagine he appreciates going over his head, especially not in the dour mood he's already in. Please don't flaunt your credentials at me, Doc. It's enough already with the cheat making me look like a fool. What are you even doing in there? That don't look like a physical to me. Sorry, Marek, that was rude of me. I was merely trying to make a joke. And I'm trying to communicate with them using images. Look, this is their numeral system, isn't it fascinating? They use a system of 10 digits just like us. He holds up the board to the window like a proud parent showing off their child's work. Oh my god, are we a pet to this dude? Fucking hell. Not in the sexual way, but as like a fucking bet, childish work it is indeed. I definitely should have used some more impressive problems. If I could remember any. That's their numeral system. It looks like a little gibberish. I've seen kids with better bar writing skills than that. Now be nice, I understood it just fine. I'm sure they just aren't used to writing at the utensils. Come and join us. Let's see how well you write then, huh? Or just gives Doc a confused look. Doc, I can't come in, remember? What? Oh my, of course, how foolish. Well, we can come to you, how about that? Don't suggest that. He's gonna be angry. Wait, why can't he come in? No response but empty stares. Right, of course, no real answers yet. That would be too easy. Try to ignore it and move on, grabbing the stool from my desk and sitting next to the window. I feel a bit bad that Morrow has to sit in the ground but doesn't seem to mind. So since they understand us, but we can't fully understand them, I decide we should ask some questions and see how they respond and what they can draw. Do you have any questions in mind? Maruk seems wholly uninterested until a brow raises, and he capitulates to some question burned in the back of his mind. Yeah, I got the question. Alright, go ahead and ask. Alright. Oh. Is all of your species freaky, or is it just you? Bursts out laughing. Apparently this is the epitome of humor. Simply scoff and turn away. Doc does not seem so pleased. Marok, I'm aware you are having a bad day, but if you take it out on our guest, I'll make it your problem. Do you understand me? Oh, what? You're out to make a joke, but suddenly I'm not. Yeah, it was very obviously a joke, for fuck's sake. Just calm down. There's a moment of tension between the two. Palpable seconds of unbroken eye contact. Slight growl, the origin which I cannot tell came from who. Finally, Maruk simply scoffs and just turns away to single the end of this dispute. Mara was not quite finished, though. Apologize. Huh? Maruk, please apologize to our guest. You're kidding, right? Do I sound like I am making a joke? Lest you forget they are fully capable of understanding and of everything you've said and done to them. Maruk's eyes narrow as they flip between the two of us. Doc's stern expression, stark contrast to mine of just confusion. The joke wasn't even that bad. Hell, it was almost a funny thing to say, situation aside. Suppose Doc just wants to make sure it doesn't get worse. Fortunately for the both of us, Maruk just sighs and relaxes a bit. I'm sorry for what I said. It's not your fault you're such a freak. Can't help himself, it seems, as he continues to laugh. Such a dumb joke, but I find it stifling to laugh myself, which seemed to surprise both him and the Doc. You're lucky our guest has a good sense of humor. I'd come out there and... Yeah, Doc, I know. Listen, guess... Doc, do we know their name yet? You've surely been in the room when they've said it, haven't you? It's Alex. Must have missed it. Anyway, Alex, I'm sorry for calling you a freak. But I won't apologize for tackling you. I was doing my job and I will continue to do so. Even if it means working as your bodyguard. I'm surprisingly genuine kind of guy who just started cackling for calling me a freak. Even if it was said extremely begrudgingly. Shouldn't expect everyone here to be as nice as Marwin. Maybe he isn't such a bad guy, just a dumbass. Good thing I'll have a good chance to get to know him more, I suppose. At least I can try to get back at him if nothing else. Thank you. Say with a nod. Doc still seems a bit upset, but seeing how he acted, his eyes will let it go. Well, I would appreciate if you could learn some bedside manners. If our guest is fine, then I am fine. Honestly, though, dude, it's not that bad. I mean, Christ. Do you think we can get back to the matter at hand, though? Oh, yeah. I got the real question this time, promise. So, where are you from? Did you just crawl out of a vent or something? I suppose it is a decent question, but I don't know how to answer it at all. First thing that comes to mind is draw a map, but that might not make sense. Really doubtful that I'm still on Earth at this point, which is not something I expect to think so casually. How about a star chart? Wait, I don't know how to draw that. What am I thinking? Guess the best I could do right now is try to draw the solar system? Oh man, I really hope I get the order of the planets right. It's really not that hard. Really, dude? Really? Really? My very eager mother just baked us 9 pizzas, dude. Seriously. I did that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, just baked. Fucking hell, just served us. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, fucking hell. Just God, it's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, for fuck's sake. Not that hard. Wait, no. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Wait, no, Saturn, Jupiter? Fuck. No, it's not how you do that. I think it's Neptune, then Uranus. No, that backwards. Where's the striped belts? Are you this? Seriously, how are you this dumb? What? No, the sun is supposed to have sunglasses. I just confuse them. I almost forgot Pluto. Make sure to also draw a large exaggerated arrow pointed directly at Earth. I love science, but the actual remembering stuff on that cliche was never my strong suit. That's me. Hello, that's me. I think this is right. present my crudely drawn and partially smudged out solar system. They both seem interested. Oh my, so many planets. What is that, 9? And well, wait, that raises more question than it answers. Maybe they just drew it wrong. Looks like he erased some of it already. No, I doubt it. Look, they put rings around the planets, which would be completely out of place, and this arrow... It's a nice true. Ah! In my shock, I dropped the whiteboard. We were so deep in conversation, none of us noticed the door had opened and more visitors had arrived. Oh, it's you! It's him. Okay. It's the dog ran into the walls while trying to run away. The chief did say he was looking for him. Ah, Marwin. Trying to communicate with pictographs and drawings, I see. Any progress? Reaching down to lift the board to show Tyr, I'm suddenly stopped by Morrow. Yes, sir. He was able to communicate his numeral system to me as well as some of their uses for it. He taught you math? Well, no, but I learned what their digits look like. Chief looks a bit unimpressed. Well, any progress is something, I suppose. Be sure to explain it to me in your report. Oh, and look who I bumped into. I was on my way to the labs when I managed to find him fixing a broken pipe. He's trying to bury himself in work again. Well, I needed to fix some things on lower floors as well, sir. You have subordinates, don't you? Yes, but we are a bit understaffed, as you know. And I don't like forcing jobs onto them that I can just get done quickly. The walls aren't your home, Director. Please take a break. Now, really, I must go. Goodbye, Alex. Why did he hide the... I wonder why he hid the drawing of the solar system. There might be some plot relevance there. Just a bit of a fucking guess, you know. Gives me a small wave as he leaves, and I return it in kind. Wonder where he learned my name, though. I guess Morrowind told him. Speaking of Morrow, why'd he keep me from showing the chief my crappy drawing? The new dog saw already, as did Marok. I'll have to ask him about it later. Once he leaves, I retrieve my whiteboard and dust it off a bit. The new guy seems to be enjoying my drawing. I realize I can finally get a look at him while not running for my life. Surface, I'd say, looks almost more intimidating than any of the dogs I've seen so far, not discounting how scary Marok is. Still, that might just be because he looks the most wolf-like to me. His fur is unkempt and a little dirty. Not that I'm a good judge of that, and I can see some definitely pronounced muscle coming up from underneath. Or at least his fur is muscle-shaped. This is all without even mentioning his arm. Everyone's looking at me. Oh no, I've zoned out for too long. I turn to Morrow. Let's try to move on. Maybe another question, perhaps. No one speaks up. I'm still not entirely sure who this new dog is besides his name and some job titles that were thrown around. Look to Morrow and point to our new guest. Me? Oh, sorry, right, how rude of me. Alex is our head of maintenance, Director Raoun Tiran. From his report, you've already met, in a way. Calling interaction we had meeting each other has taken a lot of liberties, but I suppose it is at least a start. I wave to him, and he shyly but politely responds. Notice in the corner of my eye, Mark just scoffs and takes a step away. So, should I be in there, or... Are you an idiot? Didn't the emergency team brief you? They said a lot of things, and I was there for a long time. We still don't know if this thing here is dangerous or not. Also, he could be sick of getting dangerous disease and we have no idea. He's in there for your safety, dumbass. Marok. What? Rowan just sighs and Marok just rolls his eyes. Unfortunately, Rowan seems unfazed. Oh, okay. So how long are we asking them questions? So how are we asking them questions if we can't understand us? And wait, is it all going to be alright in there, then? Won't you get sick? They understand us, it's just one way for some reason. And I'll be fine. I'm tested constantly, and I'll be fine. Did you not get my memo? I don't like most of this. Sorry, Doc, I was working almost all last night. The chief actually found me on my way to go get breakfast. It's lunchtime. Brown just blinks. Yes? Right. Well, anyway, feel free to ask them anything. They have proven to be courteous and happy to share. Maruk, do you mind fetching lunch? Since Round seems to be thinking of a question and just lost in thought, I turn to Maruk as I hear him grumbling. Yeah, fine, look. Same thing, or... No. Just porridge for Alex, but get whatever you like for yourself and Round. Tell them I sent you. For me and... Morrow sternly interrupts with a curt. Yes, Maruk. Fortunately, just nods and leaves. Once the door closes and Doc's on a small sigh. Sorry about him, Alex. I'll talk to him later. I don't know what's gotten into him today. Puts a massive paw to his brow and starts massaging as if he's got a headache. Sighed to put a hand on his shoulder. It's okay. Thank you. Looks to me a little surprised, but smiles. Then turns to Rowan, who still looks lost behind his own eyes. I would like to apologize for Security Chief Saris's rudeness to you as your Director Tyrion. Rowan just blinks and looked between us as if he was just woken from a dream. What? Was he? I didn't notice, so I thought of a question. Oh, I thought of a question, though. Is he being serious? Maybe he just blocked it out, and if so, maybe he can teach me how to ignore him as well. Do you trees where you're from? Just blink in response. I'm a bit confused. Is this the question he took so long to think about? Notice somebody just staring at him. The big, tall plant things. Kinda hard trunks, lots of these and stuff. It's okay if you don't. Chuckling and shaking my head, I get to drawing. Trees were never really my strong suit. Also, drawing was never my strong suit, but I can at least do some outlines. Maybe a leaf or two. Both him and Doc lean and take a look at my crude attempt at drawing my planet's local, and not so local, flora. Oh, how pretty! There aren't enough plants up here. Back home, we have these trees that have this really nice, bark that, smells good. I'm glad you have trees too, though. Thanks? Wait, up here, what is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, such interesting variation. We have some similar kinds here, although I'm sure they couldn't be more different upon closer inspection. On the topic, Alex, I was curious. As it seems you have been finding your biosphere here, I find it safe to assume you breathe oxygen, yes? Right, not choking or suffocating and all that. Nah, giving Doc his answer. As I expected, but still a relief. Taking care of any being is a large risk, but when you know so little about each other, it's difficult to say the least. We've also been able to figure out that you indeed exhale carbon dioxide similar to us. If you were curious. Guess I haven't thought about it really, but it is good to know. At least interesting, if nothing else. I give Doc a courteous nod, turning to see Rowan as he seems to have once again slipped deep into thought. Doc notices as well, and we cautiously observe him. If but for a few moments, Doc gently knocks on the window. Director Tyrion? Are you okay out there? What? Oh, sorry, I was... No apologies needed, Director. Well, this may be a professional operation. There's no need to overexert yourself. I appreciate that you could be here at all to help. Oh, thanks. Of course. Well, have you thought of any other questions, perhaps? Me? No. Doc just blinks. You weren't just now thinking about things to ask. Sure you were curious about our guest, though, no? Well, sure, but I don't... Door opens. Really know what to ask. Root takes a quick look around before just leaving a tray where the door should be and moving to his bench with a burger-looking thing. There's a moment of silence as no one really moves. Only sound being that of crinkling foil. Doc eventually gets up and grabs the tray for me, but not before handing Ron what looks like another wrapped meal. It's painfully silent lunch. Conversation must have escaped when the door opened. So I just try and enjoy my grain soup or whatever it's called. Not as bad as second time, fortunately. Muruk eventually yawns after finishing his lunch and checks his monitor. Damn, only the 16th mark. This day is never going to end. Somebody's referring to how they tell time? Feels like important information to know. I pick up the whiteboard and draw a crude clock, realizing what realizing that they have no idea what this is, but I'm really hoping this works. Barely using clocks nowadays anywho, everything's digital. Holding up the sign for everyone to notice seems to bring them out of their lunch into stupor. Is that a clock? Doc, got any clue what he's asking? Let me think. Looks like he's asked about the time, obviously, but in what regards I am unsure. Didn't you just say the time? Yeah, I did. About the 16th mark. You need to explain how time works, dude. They both turn to me as though that means something. It doesn't. I make a confused expression and shrug. Don't you know how to tell time? Everything in the system is on standard mark time. I think I see the issue. Marek, our friend, might not. Dot looks strained, as if this in a sense is something he has to force himself to say, sure if it is truly impossible. Alex might not be from this system. Marks probably make no sense to them. I mean, they definitely aren't carrying, but are we really going to make that leap already? Try and explain to them using the fucking whiteboard how time works. I don't think it's that much of a leap, Maruk. I mean, you saw the map they drew. And even without that map, I mean, there's nothing, and I mean nothing like them in any database I could find. I mean, just looking at them, I'm ready to accept they're an alien and all, but, like, really? From another system? Maybe we just missed something. Missed something? Like, I don't know. How did they get here? The next system is like what? 3 light years away, give or take? 3.37. Whatever. I'm just saying isn't it more likely that it was hiding on some exoplanet? Or maybe, like, I don't know. I mean, I suppose, but they drew us that map. A map which is decidedly not our system. He just wanted to know the time. What did you say? He wanted to know the time. 16th mark and a half. Oh, right. Doc, can you explain it to my head is already buzzing. Huh? Oh, sorry, of course. Terribly sorry, Alex. I got a bit distracted there, huh? Marks are always tell time. Well, I don't wholly understand the clock you drew for us. I assume it is similar in some ways. Day is 34 marks, the time it takes our home planet to rotate fully in its axis. Okay, so... Huh. This is really fucking cool. Midday is the 17th mark, and each mark is broken up into 70 minutes. Everything in the system works on a 34 mark basis, even the colonies in us way out here. I'm not sure if that means anything to you, but I am confident we can at least teach you how to tell our time so you can schedule yourself accordingly. Although thorough, Doc's explanation falls on deaf ears. I'm already falling inwards. Another system? Colonies? This is it. I'm really just out. In space. I don't even think I'm on a plane anymore with the way Mara was talking about it. Then notice my rapidly declining mood before the others. He puts a paw on my back. Instinctively flinch at the unprompted contact. Whoa, hey, are you alright? Was lunch bad? Is this about the clock? I'm sure we can figure out how you could tell time. Don't worry. You can't even understand what's going on with me. I can't even explain it to them. My head is spinning. My face is getting warmer. My breath shorter. I need... They can't understand me. None of them can. Need to lay down. Stand up unfortunately brings the group's attention back to me, but all 6 eyes on me. It's unnerving, but I'm too out of it to care. Make it to the bed before I start crying. Don't think I'm getting home. Mumbling and the shuffling of feet behind me, only Mark making about half of it. Leave him be. He... Bye. Morrow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Hear my cell door open and close, then the outside door. The lights even go out, although apparently it's only midday. Or the 16th mark, or whatever the fuck it's called. Jeez, man. appropriate reactions, like genuinely appropriate reactions this character's having, and I fucking love it. Damn it all. I've never liked naps, but despite my lazy nature, and waking up for them has always been the worst. So waking up tired, discombobulated, and upset in my cell really does nothing to make me feel better. Memories floating back from before my impromptu escape from reality make me never want to get up. Don't see a point in it either, as my wall is once again just non-friendly wall. I'd even prefer to see Marduk's scowling face. Maybe not actually. How did I get here anyways? I remember going to class and hiding in that corner, then boom, just here. There must be something I'm missing, but it's not coming to me right now. I can't even force myself to go back to sleep. I'm not tired anymore, just sad. A bit uncomfortable. I really could use a change of clothes and a shower. They have showers here. Sitting up and looking around proves about as interesting as I expected. Nothing new. I'm tempted to just lay back down before I can make my mind. The wall fades away and I can see someone standing there. What does he want? I really hope he isn't planning on being a jackass right now. I'm not sure I could take that. They're staring me down for a bit. He walks over the door and opens it. Wait, I thought he wasn't allowed in. Heart rate spikes. He's going to try to... No, he wouldn't. I know he doesn't like his new position, but he'd never. Would he? Fortunately, I don't suffer long. He just drops something in the corner. After giving me one last glance, turns away and closes the door. Changing the wall back to normal as well, for good measure. Sit stunned, able to see what he dropped off in the dim light. Still unable to move until my heart rate decreased, my brain regains control. What just happened? Was he waiting for me to wake up? No, it's only the middle of the day for him. Maybe he's used to just standing guard all day. Or something. Enough waiting. Throwing out my sheets and wandering over to a mysterious lump in the corner. Reaching out tenderly, I grab some kind of handle or strap? But this feels familiar. Pulling it closer, realize my backpack. Oh, I forgot I even had this just like a day ago. To the wall as if I could see Maruk, but when it doesn't become translucent, just haul back to my bed and open my bag. Do I remember what I had packed? Turns out the answer is not a lot. It looks to be an old notebook, some loose pencils and pens, a copy of Robinson Crusoe. I love, man, it's such a shitty not, it's like, I don't think it's well written, but it's a fun novel. Wallet and keys, my crinkled up orientation map, my socks and shoes, and a whole lot of lint. Oh wait, something else I didn't pack. My shirt. It was fixed up a little bit with some needlework. Makes me feel whole in a way. We both got the same scars. Guess they're still working on the phone, though. Do hope I can get it back, or at least the photo saved on it. I'll worry about that when the time comes. Or when the mark comes, even though I have no idea what a mark really means yet. I would love to know what mark it is, as I definitely can't go back to sleep. So I just sit at my desk and fuss it out with my new, or rather old belongings. It's hard to read in this light, so I'm just looking through my notebook to see if there are any good doodles in the margins. There are not. Time passes and not much changes until I hear what I think is the outside door opening. When the wall doesn't follow, I'm a bit confused, so I try to covertly scooch my stool over and listen. It's quiet. I think whoever is talking close to the outside door, not right by the wall. Fine. Reconsider. Acumen. Wanted. No. Stood, see. Sleep. Morrow. Horse. Very by. Good. I lean in closer to try and get more clarity, but all I hear is footsteps. Wall becomes like glass, and I swear my head to lock out of my bodyguard. Of course, already staring me down. It was just the chief. I told him you were sleeping. You're going to eavesdrop, at least try to be secretive about it. I was trying. I realize he can't understand me. Just sigh and give him a half-assed affirmative nod. It's being worryingly quiet, just staring me down. Not afraid per se, but I am concerned. Feels like you can see right through me. There's some lie I've yet to even tell. Well, anyways, let's go get up. There's another mark or so till dinner. You can't sleep all day and all night. Maybe you can, I don't know. Chuckle a bit. Both we know nothing about each other, and somehow that ends up making us more similar than I can imagine. Another thing we have in common is apparently a knack for just staring at each other and we both realize it's uncomfortable. So you should stay up is what I'm saying. Do you want to? Or whatever. We'll finally manage to look away from each other and resume whatever it was we were doing before, which, truth be told, was not much. Trying to be entertained by my lackluster possessions is quite hard, especially since I can't even read my book right now. Maruk is just scrolling through something on his monitor. Wonder if he's checking dog social media. That exists. Maybe I can use this just to get to know him better. Communication might be hard, but it's better than sitting around doing nothing for another hour or so. I mean, Mark or so. Damn it. Knocking on the glass window, I try to get his attention, no avail. Light gently dancing his muzzle as he scrolls is almost relaxing to watch. But I worry if I just sit and stare at him, I fall asleep again. A good minute or two, I knock again. Trying with more force this time. Squinting to see if he noticed me, I swore he looked at me for a second. Is it by accident? Wait a minute, is he ignoring me? Knowing fully well that his wall isn't silly soundproof, I decided to take another approach. Hey! Hey! I know what you're doing, don't ignore me! Nothing yet. On, talk to me, I'm bored. Upping the ante with some added knocks seems to get his attention. What? Are you dying? Hurt? I'm trying to read some reports here. I must feel bad, unsure of whether he was really working or not. Still, I'd appreciate some company. Wait, maybe we can have both. Pointing to his monitor, I try my best to act out reading it aloud. But my wrist. Pretending to read dramatically, fake talking. Must think I'm insane. Wait, this is just charades. Damn it. At least I'll stay before making a fool of myself. His stare certainly make me feel like I probably have. Do you want my monitor? You can't use it. This might have been a mistake. I'm unsure of what to do now. Noticing my book on the table, I'll pick it up and show it to him, pointing to his monitor again. Yeah, it's a book. I could get some on my monitor without that one, though. What of it? Right, I'm reading the book again. I'm pointing back and forth between us, looking up to see any changes in expression. Do you want me to read to you? Not my head. Yes! I don't think he likes my idea as much as I do. Do you know I'm the chief of security, right? That means I have other duties besides this, right? I nod, backing up my seat. So you understand the concept of working. You understand that I take on a lot of responsibilities then, right? Basically falling on my stool trying to back up. You know what that doesn't make me? A damn pop sitter! Oh shit, okay then. Fuck. He's angry. Angry boy. With a single forceful press of his little button, I'm staring at her wall again. Sorry. Turning away from the wall as to not accidentally stare at him. Just fiddle with what I have on my desk, arranging every which way, making pointless designs and patterns with the few writing tools I have. Still too dark to read. Why'd I do that? We're not even acquaintances. He yelled at me yesterday, so why did I try to talk to him? I know him better. I feel dumb for even trying, but he's shown that he can be nice at times, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Guess I'll just keep my boundaries from everyone. Forever. Hopefully this AI works. I need to talk to someone. Jesus Christ, man, what the fuck? You know, you could have, like, written something. You could have, like, written a fucking diary entry to get your thoughts out. That might have been therapeutic. Waiting for what feels like an eternity, just doodling and wasting paper. I hear the outside door open. Wonder if that's the dinner bell. Aruk. Evening, Aro. Yes. There's the sound of a tray being placed on the floor and my door opening. Okay. Turn around and just see why I'm greeted by the face of Morrow when entering my room. Okay. Format your fucking visual novel better. Hello there, Alex. I brought you your dinner. Oh, thanks, Doc. With a small smile. Orton responds in kind. Upon seeing that dinner is once again the same meal I've had all day, it becomes hard to keep smiling. But it'll have to do until we run more tests, I suppose. Noticing he also has his bag with him, I decide I take that he might want to run some tests. I think he knows my wandering eyes. He can be eerily perceptive at times. This? You have good intuition. But yes, if you don't mind, I like to run some tests if possible. No drawing blood, it's too late for that today, just some quick ones if that's alright. Let's also get those bandages off you. I don't think you need them anymore. Sounds fair to me, Doc. No, he can't understand me. Yet. But I feel I might lose my mind just sitting around and nodding all day in lieu of talking, no matter how pointless it is. Doc was right, too. The tests are done before I know, and I can partake in my lovely meal of literally just oats and water. After the test, he remains seated next to me, possibly building up courage until he asks, Alex, I wanted to ask. You were right after earlier, I know this. Gestures at the room. It isn't all that great, but I really do want to try and make this all manageable for you. Feel I have failed in some way doing that. Oh, that's thoughtful of him to ask. Damn it. I feel better if I didn't stress him out as well. He seems like he's so genuinely worried about me. The best I can do is just tough it out until things get better. I know internalizing all this and trying to deal with it myself will do me no favors, but asking for help, especially right now, is almost impossible. Put hand in a massive thigh and look up to him. Thank you, Marwin. Doesn't look particularly convinced. Maybe he can tell I'm still not all well. But he eventually relents and just smiles back. After a while, though, he does get up to leave, and I am a bit upset to see him go, to which he once again somehow notes. All right. Sorry, Alex, I really can't stay tonight. I just had to drop off dinner for you two and get back to work. Might not both stop by tomorrow either, but think Roan may be able to. I'll try to sneak by if I can, but no promises. Oh, before I go, though, here. He reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out a rather large toothbrush in plastic. I'm not sure how your species deal with dental issues, but you have teeth, so, well, figure this might come in use. Not the most interesting kit, but I take it nonetheless. I'd rather not end with a cavity and have to get a root canal from one of those things. I offer him a slight grin, to which he nods and takes his leave. Oh well, good night. Something against the wall, I feel a bit dejected. Lost my appetite for sure. Picking up my food, managed to eat maybe half the bowl. It's not a lot, but maybe it'll last till me tomorrow. Even with my shirt back, it's still cold in here. I'll have to just bear it for now, like I've borne everything else. I guess I'll try to get to be Incident report number 5671. Huh? Command to see him wriggling against the wall, facing away from me. The scientist, Professor Drin in Sector B, Lab 34, reported lost notebook and monitor. Report was sent at the 13th mark. Investigation began at the 15th mark. Drin was questioned by Gora Nokara. Less known location of objects was either in Lab 34 on persons or in personal quarters. Both were inspected by a team consisting of Noctur and Theo. No signs of either. Security footage open for review. Footage shown Drin wearing monitor and carrying notebook on way to Lab 34, and subsequently carrying both while leaving Lab 34 2.5 marks later. Drin was followed on camera and found to enter the bathroom in Sector C. Was seen leaving without either but talking to another professor. After investigating Sector C, both items were found in the sinks untouched. Drin was confirmed their belongings and asked to never be reminded that this happened. Log instant under closed. All goes blank. Weird. Yeah, no shit. Oh my god, day fucking 2. How fucking long is this first update? Jesus Christ, man. This is crazy. Every time I open my eyes, there's a small part of me that expects to just wake up back home. My dorm or maybe my bed. But it never happens. Every time consciousness comes flooding back, I'm less and less surprised I'm not there. Not to say I'm any closer to accepting what's going on here, but I have acknowledged that it may in fact be my life for now. Hopefully I'm past being assaulted by security officers, but I have a feeling I still have a long ways to go. Hell, I think I still have a long ways to go just until breakfast. It's still dark in here and I'm bored in my mind while I remember myself like some caged animal. Days must be longer here, but how much I cannot say, but they surely must be. Marks are anything like hours and it's way longer, but I'll just have to wait and see. Maybe my phone isn't totally destroyed after Tyr is done with it. I can try to work it out using a stopwatch or something. Doesn't matter. I'd be better off just learning to count in marks. Might as well lay back down and try to rest while I can. I know Doc's just going to be busy today, but there always seems to be something going on around here, someone to come and oogle me. I'm not able to get back to sleep. But fortunately, I just zone out until I hear the door opening. I'm too tired to eavesdrop, so I just wait until they come to me. Good morning, Alex. I brought you some breakfast. It's, the same, but I think soon we'll be able to try and figure out what else you can eat. Your blood work has been coming back, and it seems good, but, well, I can only presume it is. It's part with such a small test group, and... No, some just stare at my breakfast. Sorry, right. I have a tendency to ramble a bit. Now, before you eat, I would appreciate it if we could take another blood sample. It would really help me out. I wasn't really expecting to get blood again so soon already. Especially not this early in the morning, but I suppose I am lucky that it forced it out of me or something worse. See no harm in it. Besides a needle, I just hobble over to Doc and present my arm. He's as gracious as he is confident. Take another sample with a little to no discomfort, truth be told. Thank you, Alex. I promise I'll make this worth your time. All of it. Well, we'll have you out of here soon. And where will I go? Well, I'm sorry that I cannot stay today. I've been behind on my other duties, and even though I'm desperately trying to find capable hands to take care of things so I can focus more on you, seems everyone has been busy. Hopefully, in a few more days, I'll be all freed up to just focus on my efforts here. But until then, I really must go. Enjoy your meal. Try to drop lunch off, too. And with that, he's gone. Leave me with a sore arm and a bowl of tepid cereal. At least with the lights on, I can start reading my book. Literally me. I do have an essay due on it. Not gonna bother writing that one. Sorry, Teach. The morning sarcasm out of the way. Yes, morning sarcasm, the best. And since it seems like Maruk isn't in the mood to talk, I decided to lay back down and read. Robinson Crusoe, huh? Well, let's see what this is about. How have you never read Robinson Crusoe when you're a fucking lit major? That is a fucking crime. Damn, this book is dated. Fuck, why do I have to be trapped with something like this? Ugh. Might as well finish it, I got nothing better to do. Oh my god, fucking just... Oh no, previous ages didn't conform to my standard of morality and my subjective views. How terrible. Shut the fuck up, Dick. That's fine, I guess. Wish I wasn't so pertinent to things right now, though. In some ways, at least. Looking around, I realize I have no idea how much time has passed. It's really disorienting being stuck in it without a clock of any kind. Still not motivated to go bother Maruk again. Really don't know where we stand after yesterday. Can assume poorly and give him some space. Surely I pack another book to read. Anything? Staring at my meager belongings proves fruitless. I cannot will anything new into being. Seeing the writing on the wall, I decided to give Crusoe another shot. Even though I just finished it. Gonna lose it in here. Halfway through my reread, I'm interrupted by the sound of the door opening, which is truly a godsend, like I use a break. I sit up and just face the wall. Realize how silly this must be for them if I'm looking the wrong way. I look like a fool, or they cannot even be looking at me. And what? I'm just staring at a wall for no reason. Fortunately, the wall comes down. I'm met with an unexpected face. It's him. The maintenance dog is standing there. I just blink a few times and wave. Kind of figured it would be Maruk or the chief, but not this poor guy. What was his name again? Ruin? Yeah, that sounds right. Notices alone out there as Maruk is suspiciously missing. Ruin seems to pick up on me, looking past him curiously. Oh, right, it must be weird to see me here. Officer Maruk is just outside stretching. He said he needed a break. I'm Rune. Nice to meet you. I use this mechanical paw to shake my hand, but ends up just bashing against the glass wall with a metallic thud. Oh, right. Sorry, this isn't a great way to meet someone. Well, we've kind of met before. Twice, but those weren't really the best. Are you okay? Do you understand me? You don't have to tell me. You can't tell me, I can only tell you. Right, I'm sorry. Wow, this guy is really just like this, huh? Almost as airhead as I am, maybe more, actually, all things considered. Which is quite the feat. Seems nice, though. I should try to spark up a conversation, somehow. Oh, I think Doug lent me that whiteboard. That could work. Here, Rune, let's try this. Got any more questions? No, you don't understand. I can't understand you. I just stare at him before pointing to the whiteboard. Oh, right, drawing. Can you draw me an engine? Maybe a surge breaker? Or, I know, a fuse box. Is that not what you wanted? I'm sorry, I'm not great at this. I thought Dr. Marwin would be here today when he woke me up. After my alarm didn't go off, and, well, it did, I just didn't wake up. I mean, I thought I said it. Okay, yeah, he's more of an nerd than I am. Suddenly understand how Maruk felt when I tried to get him to read to me. One-way communication is beyond frustrating. Sorry. I was just told to keep an eye on you today and try to talk to you and accommodate you to Karan. Karan mannerisms. It was hospitality. Karan, is that what they call themselves? Now that I think about it, Maruk said something like that before. So, do you like to read? You do have books where you come from, right? Long sequences of words? By the film and how do I describe a book? Now that's a question I can't answer. I hop over the table and grab my now dog-eared novel up the glass for him. Oh wow! Real physical stuff. I mostly read stuff on my monitor these days. Scoffle also easy to stroll on books and such when they all just, well, data. Not that I don't have my fair share of books back home. And a few here, but those are mostly manuals. Oh, is that what fashion looks like for your species? It's, really, it's very nice. Says with a polite little nod. What is he talking about? Turning over the back was the cover as a rendition of the man wearing destroyed rags and torn up hat. Ah, yes, the finest the human race has to offer in terms of fashion. Just shake my head no and stifle a small laugh. This new dog, Karan, is really something else. Much less a professional facade. I guess he's in as high ranking as the others I met. Maybe? I think I remember Tyr saying he's the head of maintenance, though. That has to count for something, right? I don't mind it, though. I guess I kind of dragged him into all this, but just bumping into him. Still, it's funny how he addresses me even as a possibly dangerous alien. Appreciate that he just says what comes to his mind. Well, I guess Maruk does that too, but he's just an ass about it. Better than just lying, I guess. Not that I could tell if they were lying. If they told me I'm in another galaxy flying through space at light speed, I believe them at this point. Beyond the fact they've told me something like that already. Just, you okay in there, bud? Sorry. Shit. Now I'm the one zoning out. Just nod and try to focus on the present. Wonder if I can ask him about some questions. I'm curious about his arm, amongst other things. But that really does stand out. No, he had prosthetics back on Earth, but I'm fairly sure it wasn't anything that advanced looking. Trying to think of anything else to ask, but capitulate to the challenge need to know about his cool robot arm. So I had to point to it and see if he catches on. So rude, just like pointing at like a child, but I don't really know what else to do. Fortunately for me, he seems to pick up on it pretty fast and raises his surprisingly large paw up, staring at it. Besides Tier, I'm really dwarfed by these guys. It's just my arm. But, oh well, I mean, it's my new arm if you really need to get specific. Do you have placement parts where you are from? I nod yes. Oh, well, it's just like that then. Probably. Maybe. How do I explain it? It's a... I needed a new arm, so I got one. That's kind of it. And then I control my neuro. Well, that's not entirely the explanation I was expecting, but I guess he's right. I have seen prosthetics back home. Just never to this level. And wait, what's a neuro? Just tilt my head and furrow my brow. Did you understand anything what I said? Sorry, it's hard to really tell what you do and don't get. What's a neuro? Sorry, I don't understand you. Here, maybe I'll go over it slower. Steps closer to glass and holds up his arm for me to inspect. I can clearly see now. He also seems to have some metal in his chest, maybe even his neck under the skin. Damn, seems like the whole portion of his bionic. Cool blue of his arm dances across the glass, creating wave-like reflections, echoing off every small nick in the glass and every fur on his chest. It's almost as if it got brighter when he approached me. That's interesting. It's quite calming. So, this is my arm. It also acts as my monitor. A monitor is like a personal data storage and recall device, amongst other things. They are pretty ubiquitous around here. Monitors, not replacement arms. Well, actually, never mind. Right, monitors. It helps that I don't have to carry anything around like that anymore. Although I still check my pockets for it sometimes, though. It's a new model, I think. New as in, like, 2 cycles old. The company bought it for me which is great, because I'd never be able to afford such a nice model otherwise. It has a full range of motion. Although the touch sense is hot the best for being a work model, not a luxury model. Sometimes I can barely tell from bumping into things, or holding things, but otherwise it's really strong. I can lift some really cool tools with it. I like scare my coworkers sometimes, in a fun way. It's part of a running joke. Sorry, I can't really explain that part. Oh yeah, it all works by neuro. That's like a computer chip. You guys have computers, right? I think Chief Seno said something about that. It's like a really, really small computer chip in my head that lets me control it. You can't even see the scar, it's so small. Also, I can dip my arm off, which is kind of cool. I'm supposed to do that when I sleep, but I always forget. Most neural-based prosthetics don't really need to be charged. They either charge wirelessly or they use the body like a battery. But I don't understand that part. I only understand how to make small adjustments. I haven't made any adjustments. Anything? I just stifle a small laugh. I won't tell anyone, Roan, I promise. Say with a wink. I'm sure he doesn't scare me, but he lets out a small smile nonetheless. Damn, that is impressive. What he said, my impression is basically he's a power loader on his arm. That sounds kind of rad. Wonder if he can bend metal with his bare hand. Paw. And the neural thing sounds really interesting. I wonder what else it can do. That blue glow, it's so mesmerizing. Wonder if it keeps him up at night, though. Wait, I think I know the answer to that. So, what do you do for, work? I fix things, kind of, just anything. As long as it's mechanical, that is. I don't think Dr. Marrowan would appreciate me trying to fix his patients. I'm a student, actually. Right, I don't understand. I have no idea how to pantomime being a student or studying, so I just hold my book back up. This is kind of what I do, read and write. It's close enough for now. Oh, did you write that? I'm sure it's really good. I'm afraid I can't read it, though. Because, well, you know... close enough for today. I just nod, put the book down, and try and move the conversation elsewhere. Ah, yes. You wrote Robinson Crusoe. Totally. That's totally something you did. It's fucking funny. Oh, man, I like that. Door opens and it seems Maruk is done stretching. Oh, is he now? Is he done stretching? Isn't that very interesting? Oh, my. He stands eyed off to the side, just staring at us. Rune seems not to notice his arrival yet. I offer a limp wave, which he chooses to ignore, walking past, turning to his post. Oh, hello, Officer Set. Don't bother me when I'm duty. And technically I'm a lieutenant, damn it. Not some cheap, corrupt officer. Sorry, sir. Rick just sits down, grumbling something, checks his monitor. What a jackass. It's not really comforting to know he's rude to everyone, not just me. Tried to yell at him, but Ruin is here, and I know he can't understand me anyway, so what's the point? Maybe I'll just tell Morrow about this. Whatever, he's not worth my time. Ruin looks totally out of it, too. Maybe these two are bad blood. Can't imagine Ruin doing anything, though. Whatever it was, it's probably Maruk's fault. So I tap on the glass to try and bring Ruin back to reality, up to go with gravity. Fortunately, he hears me. Oh, hey. Bud? I'm sorry, I don't know what to call you. I think Dr. Morrow told me, but I didn't write it down, so it's gone. I hope Bud is okay. I just nod. Right, cool. Sorry I forgot what we were talking about. I think I have to go soon. My coworkers are probably wondering where I am. I always hand out the morning assignments in the morning. Alright, he's got a job to do. Do wish we had more time to just chat today. Well, calling it the chat is a bit overrated, I guess. He kind of just talked at me. But it was nice reprieve all the same. Do long, dull conversation in regards with anyone. Almost anyone. Rowan steps back from the glass and gives himself a light dusting off. Well, if you're ever out, you can come and visit me, if you want. Or maybe you could help out, like carry some tools. It's always nice to have some more paws around the station. We're a bit understaffed. Only if you wanted to. We could also just talk. Sounds great, Rune. Thank you. I make sure he understands. Just smiles and takes his leave, throwing a very slight look behind him as he goes, as if to check on Maruk. There are no goodbyes shared between the two. It doesn't take long for Maruk to realize that Rune has left and casually bring the wall back down. Seems like we're back at square one with him. Guess I should be thankful he's not assaulting me, but still I'm just so confused by his actions. If he could pick a lane and just choose completely hating me or not, would be better than whatever this is. Yeah, no shit. Well, I guess I'll get back to whatever I was doing. What was that again? Oh, right, my shitty book. From one journey to the next, I suppose. A few marks pass. I've since put the book down. I cannot bear to read anymore. Looking to the wall, it seems I'm still trapped. Really wish they would provide more entertainment, but then again, they did give me my backpack, and I am in jail. Kind of seems this might be more temporary housing than anything. Oh shit, motherfucking balls. I just fucking hurt myself, mate. What the fuck? What's wrong with me, mate? I don't fucking know. I'm just weird, I guess. You fucking know, mate? Fucking hell. Seems like this might be more temporary housing than anything. Wish Doc was here, he'd explain it to me. I'm sure he would. Notice my almost empty notebook on the table and some pencils lying about gives me an idea. It's only worthwhile to start a journal of some sorts. Hell, you just realized this now, did you? That would have been the first thing I would have done, honestly. Just logging what's happened in the past few days and writing down everyone's names and professions to make sure I don't mess them up. Anyways, writing's always been a decent way to pass the time. I only managed a few pages of jumbled thoughts before I hear someone talking on the other side of the wall. Casually scoot over the wall and try to eavesdrop a bit more secretively this time. Although, truth be told, I have no idea how I'd look from their side, so it could be super obvious. Nah, Professor Senno, what? Just checking in on our... They're fine, and writing, I think. Oh, I see. May I? Of course. Oh, shit. Wall comes down. Try to act surprised before stand up and facing Tyr and Muruk. I offer her a casual way to which neither of them respond, although Tyr doesn't look upset at least. Hello there, Alex. I hope you've been well. I was merely on my way to a meeting, and I thought I'd check in on you.
Turns out I still need a couple days to fix up the learning AI, but it has been promising so far. Your language is truly fascinating. I don't fully understand how it works, but the composition is something else. Anyways, I'm glad to see you are well, and in capable hands no less.
Capable. Maruk, I guess.
No, I can't be late. I must head off. Maruk, have you seen Dr. Marwin anywhere? That pup is always off running tests. I can never quite catch him.
He was here earlier, sir, but not for long, around the ninth mark.
Ninth? Wasn't he slated for the whole morning shift?
No, sir. He sent, head of maintenance Tyrion was here, sir.
Really, I'm surprised Marwin managed to find him and get him to come. Speaking of Tyrion, though, he has quite a good neural, too. I wonder.
Wonder, sir?
Oh, yes. I believe Director Tyrion may be a good candidate for the learning AI as well. If it's the fairly slim criteria, after all. I was going to just have Marwin download it, but the more the better with this sort of program.
Sir, I'm not so sure about that. I believe almost anyone could be a better fit. Director Tyrion has a history of being, well, difficult.
Nonsense. I've read his files. He's just shy, at least if the psych evals are anything to go by.
But, sir.
No buts, Maruk. I know what you are referring to, and I won't hear it.
Huh? Referring to what?
I know you still hold a grudge about what happened, but I need more people to help with this.
He gestures at me.
And we're short-staffed as it is.
Well, I'll do it then, sir. I'll take his place.
What are you talking about? You know only Karens with neurals can... Oh.
Yes, see. I'm a much better candidate than him.
I'm sorry for not considering you earlier. Had I known your dedication to this post, I would have signed you up earlier. Well, no worries, I'll sign you up as well.
You mean you'll sign me up instead of Roan?
No.
But sir,
Lieutenant Saris, the more people we have with the AI, the faster it will learn. I'm signing you up for the test as well. You and Director Tyrion.
Sir, wait, I misspoke. I mean, I'd rather just be one of us.
I know what you meant. I'm simply overruling your decision. Turns to me. Well, looks like you left 3 caretakers now. At least until the AI can run its full course, and hopefully we can disseminate your method of communication more efficiently. Now I must be off. I'm late as it is.
Oh boy, okay. Interesting. He said that the composition of English is fascinating. That's, oh, that's putting it lightly. This fucking language is an abomination. Good grief. English is the language that lures other languages into an alleyway so it can rob them of spare prefixes, is how I like to put it. With that, he makes a quick heel turn and heads for the door. The stunned Maruk shakes off his stupor and chases after him. Wait, sir! I feel like I've seen this before. I wonder what Tyr meant by 3 caretakers. That is a good question. Does he mean Maruk, Rune, and Doc? I didn't think Doc and Maruk had neurals. Although I only really learned what they are today, and I barely understand what they are at all, so maybe it's not that weird they have them. Well, I already knew I was stuck with Maruk, but maybe if Doc is around, he won't be such an ass. He seems to behave himself around him. Well, not really, but at least Doc calls him out in it. I guess he's a sucker for authority, but I think Morrow outranks him in some way. Or something like that. It might be nice to get to know all of them in truth, but maybe they'll have time to calm down and be a bit less on edge once Doc proves I'm not some monster carrying a space plague. Soon enough. Soon enough. Oh my god. Holy shit, it's still going? What is going on? Doesn't take long for Detective Maruk to come back. I try not to pay attention to him, and I don't want to upset him more than he already is. He is upset. He's being suspiciously quiet about it. I stick a glance at him and he's just sitting there, head in his paws. Shit. Now I feel bad. Yeah, see? People are complex. Amazing. It's not a place to do anything, though. He'll be fine. I'm not sure any help I offer would just... I'm sure any help I would offer would just upset him more. Turn just a bit more towards him. Turns out a mistake as I'm going by the piercing blue eye. I don't have time to pretend I wasn't looking as he jumps up, clearing the distance between himself and the wall in a matter of seconds. Rears up into me, standing as tall as he can, arm raised. Or just letting out a big sigh and turning away. What was that? Instinctively mutter, "Are you alright?" Or I can stop myself. Wait, no. Don't talk to him. I'll just find some excuse and yell again. So he looks at me and I prepare for the worst, but he ends up just looking away down the hall. I know I'm not his preferred assignment, but I can't really change that. He stops himself, pondering his next words while staring at his shoes. "I'm gonna go. Get some show. Don't go anywhere." And he just walks out. Try to watch him leave, but I can barely see down the hallway as is. He at least left the wall down so I can see. Well, it's not much, just the hallway. This is the first time I've been alone like this, though. That I know of, at least. Wonder how much longer I'll be here. Alone. Not sure how much of that I can take. I think it's past lunch now, with no sign of Doc. I'm not super hungry, though, although I feel I should be. Barely eaten anything more than a few grains the past days, and I'm sure it's going to bite me in the ass. I hope he figures out what else I can eat. Not just for my health, at least, so I have some variety. Yeah, that sounds about right. With nothing else to do, I just lay down and try to get some rest. 7 spheres dance around an orange star. The waves of gravity cast from their stellar shores flow around me, lulling me deeper into blissful nothingness. The calm of the still void. The sounds of the titans around me echo through my skin, unheard yet tremendous, and then I feel eternity staring at the back of my skull, and dare to face it. Looking up, as much as up can be ascertained in a void, brings me face to face with a single point in a sea of darkness, an impossibility that I must stare down and take as an absolute. The loss of stars. How is it so lonely, so insular, and yet grand? Reach out to meet my peer, stretching as far as I can. It feels like light years, and I wake up. That was cool. I liked that a bit. That was fucking cool. Oh boy. Is that a dream? Right. Dozed off after. Right. Sitting up too fast and with a head rush, but it passes. Fuck, I really needed to be eating more, not just oatmeal. Something substantial. I shake out my malaise and turn to the wall, which surprisingly is still in its window form. Maruk is back from wherever we went, not for our sakes, mostly mine, but he's cooled down. Despite my barely aroused state, I can tell that he's seen me. His ears perk up just a bit and his eyes flit to me for about a second. Well, he is supposed to be good at his job after all. And I haven't escaped yet, so I guess I can attest to it. Stand up and stretching to exercise a drowsiness fully, I walk over the mirror and splash some water on my face. Despite everything, I've looked worse. But I've also felt better. I think I'm gonna need to find a way to stay up through the whole day or at some point. These naps are killing me. Maybe it's just the bed and the lingering sense of dread, but these have been some restless naps. And that dream. I've had some lucid dreams back home, but that felt strange. Never mind. They're never welcome. Most of the time I end up just waking up in a panic. At least it's never turned to sleep paralysis or anything. Oh boy, ugh. Yeah, you're lucky. Sleep paralysis is fucking terrible. I just chalked it up to. I just chalked that one up to my anxiety playing a fool of me. Pour myself a glass of water and sit at my desk, picking up where I left off with my little journal. I feel like I don't have a lot to write, but at the same time, I feel like I could write a thesis about what I've been through. Not that anyone would read it. But I think by default I might be the first most knowledgeable humans on the Karen species there is. Finally, something solved my resume. That sense of humor. It's definitely a great way to keep yourself sane. Anything to keep yourself sane is important. I rack my mind, remember every little detail so far from what's been said to me and around me. It's a bit hard to recall through the haze of just fear and worry that's been plaguing me, but I do my best. I have to zone out once I get into it, and I get a few good pages down where I realize someone's looming over me. Jump back and Maruk has been leaning against the glass watching me for some time now. We lock eyes and he seems more confused and annoyed. Can I help you? Says nothing, instead just looking at my notebook. No, he can't read any of it, even if even still, it's strange. Interest given me. Now all of a sudden, maybe I missed something while I was out. Finally, he breaks the silence. So, you're really an alien, huh? Yeah, he sees the writing, and it must be very foreign. Is he joking? Surely, he hasn't waited all this time to take in that piece of information. Fortunately for me, he either realizes his own fault in the question or notices my blatant confusion and elaborates. I mean, I don't know, I expected more, like a giant monster with wings or big talons or something. But you're just normal. Almost. You nap, you write. You don't even walk or eat differently, really. It feels wrong. I am normal. Damn it, this is getting really annoying. I just nod along, curious where he will go with this if I wish to continue. It's just throwing me off. Seeing Doc basically go head over heels for you when to me you're just basically a delinquent kid with a fur problem. I'm told to guard you my life. Knowledge of you getting out is punishable with immediate termination of my position. And told you the discovery of a lifetime. But I can't help but think you're just normal. I guess I never really thought of myself like that. Never really wanted to have an inflated ego or anything. Being the center of attention like this is certainly new for me. New and frankly unwelcome. Just... damn it. Just tell me. Are you the discovery of a lifetime, or are you just some poor kid caught up in whatever the fuck this is? Because around here, looking in, you just look scared and clueless. Well, so much for this guy picking a lane. Having the slightest where we stand. Ugh, I mean, guess he really couldn't hit the nail on the head more with that description. No idea how I got here, what the powers that be want from me. How do you think, really? With somewhat affirming shrug and some nods, I hope I got a message across. He just stands there for a while, eyeing me up. Can't tell if any of this is grounds for me to be worried or not, or if I should even be telling him any of this, but can't think of much better to do. Especially since it's been made so clear to me, and him, that we are stuck together for now. Seems about right. Just turns around and sits back on his bench. Is that it? More confused than before. Wait! What do you mean? What are you even asking? And when the wall comes crashing back down. Sitting dejected, I just stare at the wall, knowing where he is, hoping that I can somehow pierce the veil. I, of course, cannot, so I try to dig inwards and process what the hell just happened. Was he trying to connect with me? Or was that all for his own benefit? What benefit would that even be if I'm the one in the cage? Maybe he was told to ask me that, so it would seem less suspicious, but suspicious of what? I know they somehow have cameras everywhere since Doc watched me sleep, but now that I think about that, that's weirder than I thought. Anyways, not much I can do about that. Not much I can do about any of this, actually. Just have to let whatever is coming to me just happen, I suppose. I really hope this language, AI, whatever it is, thing works. some questions of my own that I'd like to ask. No shit. And make that water. After a few more marks of writing, I can't think of anything else I really have to record. I'm caught up on the important stuff. In fact, I've rewritten it twice now. Learning AIs exist, whatever that means. Monitors are basically big, weird, big phones. These dogs are called Karens. Definitely not going to win awards my notes in the margins, but for now it's enough to get my ideas sorted out. Translating their names into written language is harder than I thought it'd be, though. No way to tell if I'd misspelled them. Just end up writing most of them phonetically. Good enough for now. Maybe I can parse something from the written language later. That would be fucking interesting. Putting down my book and looking around, I guess it's probably around dinner time, so I make a risky play and stand up, staring at the wall, knocking on it a few times for good measure. It doesn't take long before I'm staring at the Maruk. What you want, kid? It's pleasant ever, I say. Guess we both learned nothing. Giving him my best intimidating stare, unsure how effective it will be. I mime inevitable, hoping he follows along. Seems like someone's impatient. Who's not for another mark? He checks his monitor. Well, maybe less. I'll message Doc. He probably just begging to come over anyways. With that, the waller comes back and I'm left waiting. Fortunately for me, he wasn't lying, and not but a few minutes later I hear the door open on the other side. Soon enough, I met with the smiling muzzle of Marwin. Hello, Alex. I hope you're had a decent day. I brought you a gift. Oh? Is it the keys to the cell? Maybe a better bed sheet? Yes, that's right. It's dinner. Yeah, enough, I suppose. Sitting on the bench, I'm posing this bride to see the tray's brought us more than one dish on it. It's not just another bowl of oats. Looks like he bought some of that soup thing with him in a salad. And also a bowl of oatmeal. I dedicated a good portion of today trying to figure out what you could eat. As to, not poison you again accidentally like a bad doctor. Yes, I believe this should all be good. It's fascinating to find out your species of similar and immunoglobin molecules. And by similar, I mean widely different, but they react the same way, so it was just a matter of some routine tests. Your sample showed no negative reactions to anything here. I believe something in those wafers you had may have caused a reaction in you, although I'm still not entirely sure. Once again, I am so sorry about my negligence. Promise it will never happen again. Finally stops his monologue and faces me, notices I already have half the salad in my mouth and can barely manage a stifled smile for him. Stares at me plain before succumbing into a small laughing fit. It seems I have nothing to fear after all. Well, enjoy. Takes a seat next to me and sits there smiling, occasionally taking some notes. Being more worried wasn't used to being observed already. Well, not used to it per se, but I understand it's a bit of a necessity. Boy. The salad, while devoid of basically any seasoning, is still a breath of fresh air compared to the bland porridge I've had the past couple days. Even just the change in texture is enough to almost bring me to tears. Sounds about right. Sounds about fucking right, mate. That's how that works. The small bitter and spicy aftertaste has grown in me as well. Wonder if they tasted differently. Maybe it's sweet for them? I know it shouldn't compare them to dogs from back home, but it's so hard when, well, they just look like them. Wonder if I can eat onions. Snap out of it and finish my salad. Moving on to the soup, it still has that beautiful top layer of bronzed oils and a sunken root of some kind at the bottom. Wonder how many ingredients it really is. Doc said it was vegetable based, I think. Wonder if he cooks. Speaking of, I wonder what he'd eat when he eats. I always see him bring something from Maruka myself, but he never has anything for himself. Oh, good. He's the biggest damn Karen I've seen so far, so he must eat a ton. Maybe it's just different times. He is busy after all. Now's not the time to worry about that, though, as we get back to enjoying my own dinner. Broth is even better the second time. Try to take my time with it, savoring its rich flavor, but before I know it, I'm left with the dregs. Oh no, how terrible. Oh, this video is almost 2 hours long. Imagine, well, not almost. It's almost hour 40, but still. Broth is even better the second time. I tried my time with it, savoring its. I read that, fucking hell. Still good though, as I bring it to my mouth and finish what's left. Thanks, Doc. Really needed a break from the oatmeal. Just smiles politely. I have a bit of time tonight to stay here if you need anything. Or perhaps I can try some more questions. I believe I left the board here after all. Alright, yeah. I should try to be taking more advantage of this. Although, for what, I'm not sure. I end up just standing there with the board waiting for a prompt. Oh, right. Well, I was curious about some aspects of your species, but I'm sure I will be able to answer those. Might just have to do more tests for that. Well, let's see. Maruk, do you have any ideas for Alex here? Ideas? What do you... No, right. Actual questions this time, please. Yeah, I got it the first time, Doc. I don't know, what did you do back wherever you came from? Oh my. Had we not even asked that? How could that have slipped our minds? This again? Yes, it's a fairly common question to ask. Hell, I even asked this when I even get at this back home. Although I have a feeling student might not impress these two as much as they'd feel, as much as they'd like, but I'll still let them know the best I can. Drawing an assortment of books and pencils, I realize once again I have no idea how to convey the concept of being a student. I'm actually starting to get nervous. Why am I nervous? Did I have an important question? I can tell them soon enough. Well, my sign, they both just seem confused. Doc guesses writer, and Maru guesses reporter. I just wave them off, and maybe this idea will have to wait. Well, I suppose it'll be a mystery for now. Not that we don't have enough of those already, but I suppose one more is nothing to worry about. Oh, I do remember I did want to ask you about something. Do you think you could try to explain your level of technology to me? I know it might be rudimentary with just drawings, but Professor Seno was talking about the device you had in your possession. It was surprisingly complicated. Not more complicated than monitor, but still. It's curious what else your species has achieved. Could probably draw that out in some way for him, although not sure how impressed he'll be with what we have. Drawing a car, a satellite, and a spaceship seem like decent choices. I also realized I've run out of room if I wanted to draw anything more. Over at the board for Dr. C, I noticed Maruk casually trying to better view the other side of the glass. Oh my, is this a satellite? Or some kind of telecommunications device? Give an affirmative nod. How fascinating. Another species capable of long-distance wireless communication. Suppose I should have expected as much considering some of the facets of your device, but I wanted to hear it from you first. Oh well, you know what I mean. Doc, I think you're missing the important one there. What do you mean, Marek? Look at that third one. Doesn't that strike you as a stellar craft of some kind? I mean, even drew stars around it. Oh, thought those were explosions. Is that a spaceship? Your species capable of space flight? Give a slightly more worried but still affirmative nod. Oh my, but wait. Thought you mentioned you did not know how you arrived. Were you misinforming us? Haven't taken any external ships out around our location. At least not that we've heard of. We haven't. Trust me, Doc. First thing I'd do was order a scan of the area. Nothing came back. So wait. You're capable of spaceflight, but that's not how you got here? Correct, I say with a nod. So, you really don't know how you got here? I wonder if Professor Sen has any ideas. You've been asked that question already. It's just hard to believe. Sorry. I'm not sure if teleportation is a thing here. I doubt it. But that's the only theory I can provide right now. And by theory, I mainly mean insane idea. Maybe Doc is right. Tier might have some ideas. He seems to have a handle on things around here. Oh well, excuse Professor Seno, I wanted to say that he told me that he made some breakthrough progress today on the language AI after visiting you. Apparently an issue was having got resolved. Something about formatting. He tried to explain it to me, but the programming side of things usually goes over my ears a bit. Things will be done in just a day or two now, though. So hang in there. Sure, this isn't easy. I just smile for him, but I think he knows it's a bit forced. He's right. But this hasn't been easy, and I don't think things are going to be easier once I'm out of here.
Man. Not saying that I don't want to leave. I would very much like to be out of my cell now, or at least have a better bed, but still. Maybe now's a good time to ask. I grab Mara's attention. What is it? I'm trying just to mimic shivering. Really appreciate if I get some new clothes at least. Starting to get a bit uncomfortable wearing not the same thing day in and day out. Are you sick? Or are you rubbing your arms? Oh! Are you cold? Hadn't even thought of that. Lack of fur, your species probably prefers warmer climates than most Karens. Well, let's see if we get the temperature raised near a bit. Marak, is that okay? I know you have a propensity for warmer weather. What? Yeah, it's fine, Doc. I'm from the Central Belt, you know that. Right. Well, I'll try to tell someone to raise the temperature in here. In lieu of that, though, I can try to see what I can do about getting you some heavier clothes. Although, you are quite small compared to most of the crew. Ask around. He seems the same size as Chief. What does he wear? He has mostly custom-tailored outfits, which I doubt he'd offer to share even for this. Besides, you don't want to see what he thinks is fashionable. That bad, though. Well, you'd know better than me. Yes, well, I should be going now anyways. It's getting late. Is there anything else I can do for you tonight? I should have more time tomorrow to stop by. Maybe run some small tests and the likes. Ugh, God. This one's been going on for fucking forever. Need I remind you, this is the fucking first build. This is the first build of this VN, and it's probably going to be over 3 hours. Probably not, though. I mean, I doubt it, but it's pretty damn close, I would say. Man. As I could not think of anything to say, I simply shake my head no. Well, then enjoy your night, Alex. Marwin smiles and raises up to his full impressive height, giving me one last little phrase for the door. I'd say it was a normal farewell, but there was something behind his eyes I couldn't perceive. I don't have to dwell on it too much. Doc has been good to me, and if something was up, he'd tell me. I think. I hope. After he takes his leave, I take a little time to write down some last notes of my journal before the lights are flipped to what I can only imagine is night mode. Then the cool blues coming in like the tide, guiding me to the bed, where I lay down and take a look behind me and notice the wall hasn't come up yet. Not that I'm complaining. It's almost a shock to see Marut way in his back with a monitor screen, casting the soft scarlet light in his muzzle. He seems diligently at work, although I cannot see, let alone understand, the contents of his screen. Maybe he just forgot to bring back the partition. Has he just been sleeping on that bench for the last few days? Surely he can go back to his room or course or whatever they have here. Is that why he's been so angry? Now that I think about it, I do remember him mentioning something that would imply he's to stay here. Or someone did at least. Damn, my bed doesn't seem so bad anymore. As it seems like I can't do anything for him, and not wanting to disturb him further tonight, I curl up my bed and try to fall asleep. Still too cold, but I suppose I did all I could to change that. Maybe in the morning. Hope I don't have any more dreams. This nightmare has been enough. Day 3, oh my fucking god. Okay, I'm genuinely shocked by how fucking long this is. But yeah, I'm stopping here. It is now 4:19. Wow. Okay, so I guess I'll give some thoughts. It is progressively getting more and more interesting as I go on and all that. It's very fascinating to me, this little story. All the characters are acting realistically, I would say. They all have their own personalities and shit. I like that a lot. And our main character here seems to be intelligent, and he seems to be acting realistically to the situation. Oh, by the way, it's 420. 420 blaze it. Anyway, yeah, I really fucking like the fact that our main character is actually reacting realistically to this scenario because a lot of fucking VM protagonists don't. It's just fucking. It's such a breath of fresh air. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. I don't know when that'll be, but see you.